Alright guys, we're back in Kirby Star Allies to begin the first episode of July. And of course, we're back for episode 6 of Season 11. I know, technically I should be out on vacation, but there's still a couple more days before I can actually come back. And as such, yeah, premiered these videos early because of it. But in any case, we're back to now feature something a little bit different this time, as we're now going to go through all the bosses and guest star heroes this time around, in pretty much the same way as we did for the previous deal. However, guest star heroes is going to go by a different gimmick, unlike that of the last one that I showed. Because this time around, I'm not going to mention any of the old mini-bosses that we have fought in this adventure earlier, but rather mention the specific newer ones that have been added into this game. As well as, of course, the bosses in the game itself, in the same way like we did for the first one. So I think you know what that means, eh? Well, with that being said, let's go. Wait, what the heck is your main guy doing? Oh, he's splitting the homie into 4. Wait a minute, isn't that a reference to Triple Deluxe where King DDD also fought against Dark Meta Knight? Okay. Well, regardless, okay, let's get this episode started as soon as they start falling asleep. Well, except for Wild Dude back there. Let's just get this episode started. Anyway, let's mention all the mini-bosses and bosses and guest star heroes. Let's go. Okay, so the first 2 newly exclusive mini-bosses are found in Adeline and Ribbon the Crystal Shards, and they're only exclusive to her story specifically. So, let's take a look at these 2 mini-bosses and see who they are, shall we? First up, we got this big bouncy enemy. Now, this is your main mini-boss because in Kirby 64 the Crystal Shards, there are a bunch of normal enemies that are bigger versions of certain enemies that you fight in the game, which is what this big bouncy is supposed to represent for us. And as such, yeah, that's why it's like that here. And just like that there. Alright, now let's take a look at what our last mini-boss is. So if you'll excuse me for a minute. This last exclusive mini-boss is also found in Adeline and Ribbon the Crystal Shards. And this last mini-boss is a mini-boss that we have fought beforehand, so I think you already have a good idea of who it can be. And of course, it's Vivid Drea. Yep, pretty predictable, huh? So yeah, of course, took it out. So yeah, there you go. So that takes care of the exclusive mini-bosses with that. But there are still a couple more bosses that we want to mention. So let's go ahead and meet the bosses. Alright, on to the first major boss of World 1. Which of course is the same boss that we have fought before in, of course, the regular story mode gameplay. But of course, he's back. Yep. It's Wispy Woods. The Guardian of the Farce has returned, but we're going to beat him really quickly though. Yeah, he's going to go down. Yeah, he's going down. Just like that, token out. After beating Wispy Woods, this will mark as the first checkpoint. And of course, he serves as the first boss that you'll face in World 1 with every character except the Jamashki sisters. So, keep that in mind, okay? Anyways, on to the next boss. The final major boss, of course, is the homie again, just like we did for the previous episode as well, as he's also required to be beaten before you can finish up World 1 once and for all. I think you can already tell where this episode is going. Yep, this guy again. His royal nemesis, King DDD. Let's go and beat him again. And by the way, I chose Knuckle Joe because I figured that he would be the best character to represent for this thing, so just keep that in mind, okay guys? He is not going down without a fight, bro. Yeah, he's going down. No way. Told y'all. Just like that, King DDD out. Of course, we're going to include him in our crew, because why not? And with that, that wraps up all of that. But don't go thinking thinking it's over just yet, even though I have mentioned most of the mini-bosses and bosses here. Keep in mind that there is still 3 more battles that I haven't even mentioned yet. One mini-boss is exclusive with every character that you can enter besides just Kirby. But there are 2 other bosses that are exclusive to a different mode in the game. And you'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. Regardless of that, let's showcase what the next battles are, shall we? This next boss I'm going to show is exclusive only to Jim-Bastion's sister star allies, because if you've seen Season 10, you should remember that the Jim-Bastion sisters do not get the same bosses as that of the regular guest star heroes do. Instead, they actually get the parallel bosses in mind. So that's why I'm here to mention this right now. And of course, we're going to be using Flamebirds for the situation. Yep. Parallel Woods! The otherworldly armor is back again. Let's go destroy him with some fire, guys. Run! Burn that tree! Go! Oh, he's mad now. The otherworldly armor's mad. Yeah, he's dead. Just burn that tree! Bye-bye! Goodbye! Alright! Alright, that takes care of that. But there's still 2 more battles we have left. Let's take a look at the final 2 battles and see what they are. Okay, this is the last mini-boss of the day that I'm going to show. It's exclusive with every character besides just Kirby, and you can enter through this window at any time to meet this secret mini-boss that is not encountered anywhere else except here in World 1-5. So of course, that's why I'm mentioning about this right now. As if you enter this room, you'll find a very exclusive mini-boss here that is found nowhere else in this particular, deal. So yeah. That Nani is just sleeping there. Yep, it's dark bonkers. You have to face against this guy, and yeah. And just let that go on. He actually rode on the icicle all the way to the edge. Wow. But yeah, that goes to show how overpowered Franziska is. Don't mess with her. Anyways, let's move on to the final boss. Okay, this last boss is also exclusive to Jim-Bastion's sister star allies and replaces King DDD completely. Yep, you have to face against my worst enemy here. Oh, freaking Morga. Otherworldly Dark League. Parallel King DDD. Long time no see, my friend. No, we're gonna beat you again just like we did last time. Of course I'm doing for... What? Wow, fantastic, Franziska. Man, fantastic way to start off this battle. This is like that last episode. Jesus! Jim-Jam went in on him, bro. It ain't over yet, though. There's still second phase to it. He's mad, bro. You're no match for our team, Parallel King DDD. Let's go, guys. Go, Franziska. Use your attacks. Come on. Be stronger than this King DDD fella here. Wait, what did she do there? Hold on. Oh, nice job, Late Night. Good job. Jesus. Franziska, use your other move already. Come on, don't screw with me. Come on. Seriously. There we go. That's what I was meaning to do. There we go. Bam! Got him! Goodbye, sucker! Bam! As you might have guessed, that does not vex Parallel King DDD whatsoever. Alright, guys. Well, with that finally covers every single boss in World 1. So, let me go ahead and cut this. Alright, guys. That is every single mini-boss and boss that I have to mention in Guest Star Heroes for World 1. Now, keep in mind, the only reason I'm not including any of the older mini-bosses in here is because I already mentioned about them in my previous 5 episodes. So that's why I'm only including new mini-bosses, and of course, the, big bosses you had to face against to get those checkpoints. That's the only reason why I'm mentioning only just those, and not, the older mini-bosses and everything else combined, because it would take this episode way too long to mention everything at once, so it's not worth it. But regardless, guys, that's going to wrap things up for the 6th episode. I know this is pretty short, but, I gotta get some slack from those long episodes I've made, and the last, 2 Kirby Star Allies episodes. Those 2 were long, okay? But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's been fun playing this game, and when we come back for the next episode, we'll mention all the mini-bosses and bosses in World 2. So stay tuned until that happens. But regardless, I'm wrapping up this episode right here, so I do hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you next time when I come back for the next episode as always. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Until next time, guys, bye.